Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Win, and if you want to know how to make streams that look just like this and how to stream PUBG Mobile, then sit tight because this video is going to have everything that you need to know in order to get started with your own professional streams, including how to play PUBG Mobile and have Discord at the exact same time. So let's get started. Alright, so if you're here watching this video, it's one of two things. You either want to figure out how the heck can you play PUBG Mobile and have in-game chat or some kind of other chat that doesn't affect your ability to hear in the game. We all know that if you have your microphone on or if you have Discord on, like the same app on the same phone in the background, it's going to inhibit your ability to listen in the game. And when I say inhibit your ability, I mean normally there's surround sound. There's 360 degrees you can hear in the left, the right, behind, and front. You can tell where your opponents are. You can hear those footsteps and you can kind of hear where they are. But when you have your microphone on or you have Discord on as a different app in the background, then it forces the audio to be mono, and now you just hear the shots, but you can't pinpoint which direction it's coming from, and that really hurts your ability to play well and get that competitive edge. So if you want to be able to hear everything and talk to your teammates, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that, and there's a bunch of different ways, all from a couple dollars to hundreds of dollars depending on how complex you want to get. And of course, if you want to stream the game also and have Discord and have no lag in your audio, that is also going to be pretty expensive, but I can show you how to do that in this video. So if you guys have a decent budget and you want to get really serious about PUBG Mobile, then let's hop right in and I'll try my best to explain it to you by drawing it out, and then at the end I'm going to do a little bit of a studio tour so I can show you guys how I'm streaming now, and I'll just break down everything that I do and hopefully you can learn something from it. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you guys is the most basic one, and that is how do you play PUBG and also have some voice chat in the background, whether that's Skype, Discord, or Facebook chat or something like that, because like I explained earlier, you want to separate your game sound from your chat sound so you can still get surround sound in PUBG and have clear audio with your teammates. So the first thing you want to do is you obviously have a phone. Let me make a new layer here, sketch layer, perfect. So you obviously have your phone, and this is going to have PUBG on it. Now, this is going to have PUBG audio actually, and you can't have Discord on there at the exact same time. So the simplest way to do this, and this isn't for streaming, this is just for listening, is to get a second device. This could be a computer, this could be another phone, if you have an iPad, anything that can have like apps on it, anything you could download Discord, download Skype on. And then what you're going to want to get is a really cheap splitter, 2-in-1. It has two plugins and one plug itself, and you're going to have that basically just run your aux cord, it plugs into these, and then this one plugs into the one main plug, and that goes into your headphones or anything that can basically take two audios, wrap it together, and put it into one device. This is a really simple method. These things aren't very reliable. This one was like $3, and honestly, like, it's kind of broken already and stuff, so you can get really nice expenses like ones of these, but there's even better ways to do this. They're a little bit more expensive, but this is like the cheapest method possible, and it doesn't always really work, but you can always plug stuff together and try to figure it out. Of course, you're going to have your second device kind of close to you so you can talk into it so your teammates can hear you, and then you'll have to hold on to your other device. But again, if you have a newer iPhone, you're not going to be able to plug this in and charge at the same time because they got rid of the aux port. So it's all through the lightning port. So you're going to have to either charge or listen. So you can't do both at the same time, which is really frustrating. Now, the next method I want to show you is a little bit more expensive, but it does let you charge at least at the same time. And you're going to need another screen too in order to do it this way. So let's make that invisible. Let's start a new sketch layer here. So same thing, you're going to have your phone, and then you're going to have a second device, and this is going to have Discord, and this is going to have PUBG on it. Now, what you can get if you have an iPhone, and they also have this for Android as well, you can get one of these nice adapters. So I can try to show you guys on the hand cam here, or I can show you in this camera. This one in particular it's an HDMI port, and then it has a charging port as well. So you can I can plug this in, and in fact, I have another one that I'm using right now. If I move my iPad over, if you look below right here, I have another one of these plugged in, and that's how I'm using it to project my screen on the recording for you guys. So you can have HDMI go out, and you can have this other port, you can have it charging at the same time. I use this, as you guys can see, so my iPad won't die while I'm doing a really long stream. Now, we all know that PUBG Mobile takes a lot of battery, so my iPad can only last probably 7 or 8 games before it dies. And on stream, we could play like 20 games if we go crazy. So it's really important to have that charger. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to have, let's just draw that little adapter here. And then again, it's got HDMI, and then it has the charger port. So from HDMI, we're going to want to go to some kind of device that has an HDMI input and it has an aux port. So this could be like an old TV or an old monitor or something. So it goes HDMI in, and then you're going to want aux coming out. And of course, if we're going to be using aux, you're going to need just a regular aux cable. And that is going to then plug into our splitter. That's going to plug into something like this and let us listen. Oh, excuse me. And that's going to let us listen. Now, because the reason you want to do this is so that you can also charge your phone with this second charger. This is going to give us electricity. Let's draw a little lightning bolt there for electricity. And this is, like I said, just an old TV or something that has an aux port. And I've got an old TV right here in front of me that uses a monitor, and it has like an old aux port. And of course, the second device with Discord is going to come in and connect there, and that goes to your headphones. That is a little bit more complicated method. Of course, this time you're going to need one of these. This costs $49.99, so 50 bucks. You're going to need an old TV. Maybe you have one laying around, or you're going to have to go buy one. Not a lot of TVs nowadays have like aux ports, I don't think, so you might have to figure out how the heck you want to get the audio out of there. You might be able to do like a, you know, the old red and white L&R cables for left and right audio. There's like some adapters that goes to 3.5 millimeter jack. So if you're really familiar with like kind of audio stuff, I'm sure you could figure something out. There's tons of adapters and cords and everything that can get you going from that old TV into the aux cord to your headphones. And that's just a little bit more complex of a way. Now this method still won't let you stream. Notice how we don't really have a computer in here at all. Now if you want to stream, you're going to actually need a real PC. So again, let's back it up here. We got, let's just say for me, we've got an iPad. We got PUBG on our iPad. Over here we have, well, you could have a second device for Discord. And if you want to stream, you don't really need that. I'm not going to cross it out just yet, but let's just go with it for a second. So then we've got our adapter. We're going to have the HDMI going in, and instead of an old TV, what it's going to be is a device that I use called the Cam Link. It looks like this, and it's pretty simple. I'm going to write this out for you guys. Cam Link. There will be a link in the description, no pun intended, for the Cam Link, and that is made by a company called Elgato. They make a lot of awesome products. Now I have another one here that I can show you as a demo. This is called the Elgato HD60. It is this pill looking thing, and this is a pretty old one. It has an HDMI input. You can see there's an HDMI port there, and then it has an HDMI output. Now this is if you wanted to stream with something like a PlayStation or an Xbox. What you do is you plug in your PlayStation into there with the HDMI, and then of course you have to still plug it into the TV so you can see what you're playing. So this output goes to the TV. That's how you see it in real time. Now there's a USB slot here that plugs into the computer, and that's how it takes the video and it records it and everything. Now this is an older model, so the delay on this is about half a second, maybe 1 second long. So something like this isn't exactly going to work for mobile games, because in PUBG you're gonna, let's say, take damage, take shots, take fire, get shot with an AWM, and you're not going to hear it for another like 1 or 2 seconds because of the delay. So you could be dead and cold on the ground before you even know where you got shot. So the audio is a big part, and that's why I wouldn't recommend this. Now there is a newer model called the HD60S, I think, or like the Elgato Pro HD60S that has 0 delay. So something like that will work. But again, you don't even need that output because the iPad has a screen itself. So I don't need to plug into a TV because I literally can see what I'm playing with like right here in front of me. So it costs a little extra for that, but there's a device I use called the Cam Link. Again, the link will be in the description, and it's a little bit cheaper. It still costs, I think, about $129 or something, but 0 latency, no delay. It's just an input HDMI to a USB port, and that's how you can capture your gameplay. Now that plugs into our PC. Now we finally have a PC, and this is with a USB cord, and then this cord back here was HDMI. So this plugs into our PC, and we're going to be using a program called OBS in order to capture everything and tie it all together. That's my big main streaming software. So what am I missing here? We've got our PC, we've plugged in our Cam Link. Now Discord. Okay, so Discord is also going to be on our PC. If we're using a PC, then we don't need the second device over here. So we can finally cross that out. In fact, I'm just going to erase it. We don't need the second device because Discord is going to be on our PC already. So now we have our PC, our cam link's plugged in. We are using a program called OBS. Now what we need to do, and this is really important, and I can't really go into too much detail. I'm not an expert. I know how to set it all up, but I'm sure there's somebody out there on YouTube that could explain this to you guys way better. So what you want to do in the end is you want to try to separate your audio tracks. There's different ways to do this. You could have kind of like virtual cables. Unfortunately, when you stream or you record, your PC wants to put all the audio together. It wants to just put it in like one channel. Imagine if it's like a body of water, it's just one river. Your microphone's in there. Your bullets and explosions from PUBG, that's in there. Your teammates on Discord, that's in there too. So it's just one audio track. Now that isn't necessarily a bad thing. You can control it with all the volume sliders and everything. You can turn stuff up and down. But unfortunately, when you're recording and you want to edit in the end, let's say I recorded a video and then I go into post-production and I'm listening to it and I said, man, you know, my mic was pretty quiet when I was recording, or Discord was really loud. When my teammates talk, like you can't hear the game anymore because they're so loud. You can't go in afterwards and change everything up. So you want to be able to separate them out so that you have your mic on one track, your Discord on another track, and you want like PUBG on a third track. Now you can do that all within OBS, and it's kind of simple once you figure it out, but that's the main thing that you want to try to do. So in OBS, that's what lets us separate Discord from our mic. Now I use this special thing, and I'll try to put a link in the description if I can find it, called virtual here, let me restart. It's called virtual audio cables. There we go. VAC, virtual audio cables, and it kind of lets you like have multiple desktop audios. So it's like invisible, just virtual, basically like headphone jacks. So that's what lets me capture Discord completely separately and record it on its own track and have it separate from PUBG. So the cam link is what is going to let you have your PUBG sound come into the stream in real time, zero delay. And of course, the main problem that I need to talk about with the iPad in the very beginning is that when you're using something like this, then you can't have headphones plugged into your iPad at the same time. It won't do both. You either have the headphones or you have it go to the stream. You can't do both. If you turn on PUBG and you have your in-game mic on while you're streaming, you can't do both. Your iPad can't handle like both, or it doesn't work both ways. So a lot of you have played with me on stream and you guys go like, oh, turn on voice chat, and I say, sorry guys, I can't turn on voice chat because once my iPad starts like acting as a microphone, it stops streaming to the, like it'll keep streaming video, but it won't stream audio. So you'll hear the stream go silent. You won't hear the gunshots anymore. You won't hear the explosions, the cars, the running, the footsteps. You won't hear any of that if I have my in-game mic on. And that's why we have to use a second software like Discord or Skype or something to talk to my teammates, because I can't use in-game. Plus, Discord, I think, just sounds a little bit better. And if we're not using Discord on our iPad, we still get surround sound. So it's pretty complicated. Audio is by and far the most difficult, complicated part of streaming. But if you can figure this out and get a defined process, then it's going to be a really good stream and you're going to have really good audio quality. All right, so basically in summary, the Elgato Cam Link is amazing. It lets me do so many things. It lets me stream with no delay. All I have to do is listen through OBS and I can hear it in my headphones in real time. If I get shot, I hear the bullet immediately, and it's not too expensive. It's not as expensive as some of these other Elgato products, but we have basically, let's start a new layer here, new sketch layer. We have basically our iPad goes to the Cam Link, goes to the PC, and it's really simple. And on our PC, that's where we have Discord. And we're gonna need for this an HDMI cord, and for this it's just a USB cord. And this actually comes included with the Cam Link, so that's not anything extra that you have to worry about. Now, what I have actually is from my PC. I have this coming out to some like PC speakers that have their own like dial where I can turn the volume up and down. They're actually mounted underneath my desk. I don't know if you guys can see these. There's like these two white things down here. I've got a speaker here, a speaker over here under the main part of my desk, and I can plug this in over here, and then this has a dial that I can turn to like control the audio. So I can keep my desktop audio turned all the way up, and then I can control it manually from this little dial over here. So it gives me another way to control my audio, because the way the OBS works is that if you go messing, like turning your volume up and down in the computer, then it's going to make your stream quieter and louder. So this lets me have my stream stay at the same volume. I get it all set with how loud I want everything to be, how quiet I want everything. Keep that the same. Don't have to mess with it. And then for my own headphones, just for my own volume, I can control that outside of my PC on just a cheap pair of speakers that I mounted underneath my desk. And again, like I said, audio is the most complicated thing. Like, you get it all set up, you try to change one thing, it breaks something else. And that's like trying to use desktop audio to limit your headphones. And then all of a sudden your like stream is getting affected. So I had to get external speakers in order to have control and not have it mess up my stream. So from this, yeah, and then the speakers goes to my headphones. And it is all in real time, which is the key. If you guys are going to try to stream and do this, I really would urge you to just don't even bother. If you're going to try to stream with something like this and, you know, the sound is going to be a second behind, it's not going to work. So, you know, if you can, this is the cheapest way. Get a second phone or an iPad, use Discord on that, plug this into your headphones, 2 into 1. It'll put it together for you. If not, you can get an adapter, run it through an old TV, and have the aux come out that way into a 2-in-1. Or you could get really fancy and try to do an Elgato Cam Link and then hook that into your PC. And in fact, you don't even really need to stream. Like, you could just do it normally with a Cam Link and just listen and tie it all together. It's just a matter of getting 2 different types of audio to combine as one. So that's the best way I can think to describe it. I mean, or you could just like put headphones on and like also wear earbuds at the same time and try to like shove them up in there and wear like 2 pairs of headphones at once, I guess. But, you know, that's where I think something like this makes a lot of sense. So, okay, enough of the audio stuff. Let's jump in and take a look at my studio setup. And, you know, you guys can leave the video if you want now. Like, you probably came for the audio part. But if you want to stick around and you're curious to see what my new studio looks like, what my new apartment looks like, and why I got the phone behind me now, you know, I think is really cool. And I want to show you guys what I've been working on the last couple weeks. And it's basically done, so I think I'm ready to reveal it. All right, so the first thing we're going to look at today is I want to show you my iPad, and I want to show you how I play PUBG Mobile. So let me go over to my enlarged hand cam, and you can see I have my iPad Pro right here. This is all the stuff I've been using to show you guys over on the side, so I'll move that over here. My hand cam is a little too bright, so let me go into my settings and edit this down. I always have to fix my brightness on the hand cam. There we go. Bringing that into focus here. So now it's not too bright. So this is what my iPad. I use an iPad Pro. It's pretty big. I'll hold it up next to my head if you guys want to see how large this is. It's a 12.9-inch iPad, so definitely the largest iPad that you can buy right now. And underneath it, actually, let me show you guys my controls real fast. I know you see the hand cam in my videos, but I can try to show you what I do for my control scheme. So I have my iPad on a stand, and I can put my hands underneath it, and I play with my fingers. And the iPad doesn't move. The stand is really, really solid. It's the best stand ever. I could not recommend it more. Now, let's go to layout 1. This is my actual layout here. So I have my shooting right here. I have my jump, my aiming. In fact, we could probably jump into a quick, not a room. Nope, not that either. Let's go into training, and I can show you guys how I play with the enlarged hand cam. So you can see I can jump right here with this finger, aim, and then shoot. So let's go over here. Let's grab some ammo. And then we're going to want to grab a couple guns. Let's grab an MK and a Groza, or an M24 and a Groza. So here we are now. I can run around, I can sprint, and then I can aim with this, shoot with this finger. But check this out. So I can not only run, jump, aim, and shoot at the same time with 4 fingers. Most people play thumbs, so you can only run. Or you can only run and jump, or like jump and aim. With this, I can be aiming, running, jumping, and shooting at the same time. And if I can do all 4 of those things, then you know I am going to be really hard to kill. So this is the iPad. And let me move this and show you guys the stand. Now, I wish I was sponsored by these guys, but I'm not. But Elevation Lab is what made this stand. It is rock solid, super hard, like metal titanium. This thing cost, I think, $64 or something, but it came with, I don't have it out right now, but it came with a really nice like rubber like armrest for my wrists, and it came with a little like pencil holder suction cup thing for my Apple Pencil. So that was really neat. But this has 3 different settings. It's got low for like kind of a lower profile. You can see that. And then it's got a medium setting, and then it has a high setting. So if I want to put it on high, that's actually almost like 45 degrees. Now I personally play on the medium setting, and that's what I like best, and that's what lets me put my hands under here and play. And this thing is very, very solid. Like, I can push on it and it won't move at all. So that's how I play with the iPad. Now let me show you guys how I record, and I've got a bunch of cool different cameras. Now I obviously have one camera that I'm using to film my face, but I have another camera that's mounted up here. I don't know if you can see it in the reflection of the iPad. You can see that I've got a webcam coming down. So let me grab my real camera and take you guys for a little bit of a tour around my new studio. All right, I'm gonna try to do this as easily as I can. I'm a little bit too lazy to get up and unhook everything because I don't want to mess with it. But this is basically where I sit. I've got the foam, I've got monitor, my middle monitor, my left monitor, keyboard and mouse. My microphone is right here on a really nice arm, so when I'm done filming, I can push this up and reach my keyboard and everything. The foam is just kind of a little bit of wall space right there, and of course the way that I have the camera set is that you can only see the foam, so it looks like I'm in a full foam room and I'm in a full studio, but the foam only goes that far. Now if I turn this around, behind me in the other half of the room, we've got ourselves a couch. We've got a really awesome giant Studio Ghibli poster, lights and everything, and then my computer sits right here behind my monitor, and I've got a TV and like a PlayStation and stuff, and then over in the corner just have my router, my modem, and all my internet stuff, and that's about it. I mean, it's pretty cool. And I also have this light here that I think I've showed you guys before for filming. Now of course, as you guys know, I have the Philips Hue lights, so all I have to say is, Alexa, make the lights red. And boom, look at that. We have all the lights. Even the umbrella light will change colors. And then I have a floor lamp over there too. So my whole room is lit with really cool Philips Hue lights. Let me get this focused back on myself. And I have the full range of colors. I could go, Alexa, make the lights purple. Oh, is she gonna do it? Alexa, make the lights purple. Ah, there we go. Okay, see, you can't really see it, but maybe I'll turn it back around so you guys can see everything, like all the purple lights and everything. It's really cool. I think it's awesome. And you know, I personally, even though my theme is red, whenever I'm editing videos like late at night after I've recorded, I like to make it purple and just kind of like relaxes a little bit. So Alexa, make the lights white. Oh, hey, she actually did it that time. So that is my studio in a nutshell. You guys got to see my iPad. I explained how to kind of do audio, what devices you're going to need, and I'll put links below to everything in case you want to check it out. So I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you guys maybe start streaming for yourselves after learning some of this stuff. And of course, you don't need a big studio setup to start streaming. I've told you guys a million times, when I first started streaming, I had a laptop and a phone. That was it. In fact, when I recorded or streamed anything, I had to do it by mirroring my phone on the screen. So it was all like remote Bluetooth wiring, like, so it was glitchy and laggy, not the perfect thing. And my laptop would barely handle streaming. It would melt during like a 20-minute stream. And now over time, you know, buy a keyboard, a couple months later buy a mouse, and you'll get a full studio. So just keep up, keep streaming. You got to do it every day, every week. Find a schedule that works for you and stick with it and get on it. So that's my advice. And of course, you could always just stream literally from your phone. I know streamers that are very successful with using apps like DU Recorder or Omelet Arcade. There's like things that literally let you stream from your phone, and you can still get chat, donations, all kinds of crazy stuff. So you could start there, and then who knows, a couple of years from now, you could have your own studio and 1 million subscribers and say, hey, you know, I started way back when I streamed on my phone. So, you know, it's a ton of fun, and I enjoy making this content for you guys. So I'm glad that I could share with you how I do this. I know I got a lot of comments and questions asking how I did it, so I hope this helped answer all those questions. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, and I will see you next time.